Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Today's reading is going to be about what is going to help you develop your emotional resilience, how you're going to get motivated towards your goals and reach them, and whatever messages are going to come and help you within this. And we have a 3-card choice as well. And before I begin, I'm going to just go a little over how we can boost our motivation and reach our goals as well. And that being said, I want to give a shout out to my friend Stasi, a long time supporter. This arrived in the mail yesterday, and I definitely feel like my archangel is Archangel Michael. I always ask for protection in my vehicle and for my family at times, and this arrived, and I just thought it was so beautiful, and I absolutely love it because I do collect coins, and it's really, really well made and weighty, and I'm going to carry it with me in my vehicle and in my purse. Thank you, Stasia, so much. I have some really fabulous ladies and gents that have been there since the beginning. And, I feel like you're part of my family. And thank you guys. We get to exchange funny stories. We know about each other's lives. And, she's super resilient and awesome. And I just have the utmost gratitude for all of you guys. When you think of me and you send me little things, it makes me so happy because I love to do that. So I know what it's like, how fun it is to give, but also to receive. So thank you so much, Stasi. I'm very, very happy that came. I was like, I didn't even know this existed. It was so exciting. So let me give Edward a shake, you guys. You guys all remember Edward, right? Every once in a while, it's like I bust him back out, and I like to have him accompany in a read, and I have my pendulum out. And we're going to start. And our 3 choices are: number 1 is reaction, number 2 is magnetism, and number 3 is time. Now, while you guys are deciding, I'm just going to go over something that I pulled out of my journal about boosting motivation and reaching our goals. We all have them. We all have things we want to accomplish: losing weight, buying a house, learning a new language, drinking more water, all of that. Without motivation or drive, taking even the tiniest step towards our goal can seem like an unsurmountable obstacles. So how do we find the motivation to work towards our goals? It's not always easy, but we use these 6 steps that I wrote down, and they really help, especially when you're struggling. Because oftentimes mine is I make a bigger deal out of something than it is. So first of all, we have to start small. Our list of goals may be long, but the best way to get started is to choose one small thing to focus on, okay? We can't accomplish everything at once, and if we push ourselves too hard or too quickly, we're more likely to burn out from the motivation, right? So start with one small goal and make it specific. It can be you're going to eat 4 servings of fruit during the day. That can be one of them. Just have something that's not that hard, right? It's like you're not going to overhaul your entire diet in one day, okay? Make an action plan. Once you choose your goal, it's time to come up with the steps you need to reach it. Since we're starting small, taking baby steps is really the way to go. Don't strive immediately to wake up an hour earlier. Instead, try 10 minutes the week and gradually increase until you get your goal, right? It can be a great motivation to put your plans on paper and track your progress, okay? Write a list, draw a chart, keep a calendar. When you take a step closer each day to your goal, a visual representation of the progress you're making will help you keep up the good work for sure. Also, share your goal. Telling others about our goal makes it feel official, right? You've said it aloud to family or friends, you've written it down, maybe in a blog or a post or a message board. Now it's real. There's some sort of accountability there, but also support and encouragement. Motivation can be found by sharing your goal with those that are after the same thing as well, whether it's through a class or online or in-person group for sure. Now, this is really important. Finding inspiration. You know what you want to do and how you're going to achieve it, but that doesn't guarantee the motivation, right? You may need to take some extra steps to summon up the inspiration. So read up on your goals, seek out articles, blogs, posts, images, quotes, all of that. A lot of you guys are DMing me, Melanie, I want to become a tarot reader, but I want to be able to delegate my time smartly and, invest in the right decks and do this. And, how did you go about it? So this is it. We got to constantly find inspiration. I am every day, daily, hours looking up spiritual quotes, affirmations, science, psychology, all of those things to inspire me in different ideas. I need a fresh approach to things because I don't like to repeat myself, right? So find inspiration. Put reminders of what you want to achieve in your home. Surround yourself with inspiring images and quotes. Create your own mantra and tell yourself the words you need to hear every day in the mirror. Don't wait for inspiration to strike. You can seek it out, right? And remember, my simple thing lately has been just do it. If I feel like, hey, it's time I take a walk, just do it. Just get those shoes and go out. If I want to make something nutritious, just do it. Open that fridge and cupboard and start right away, okay? It's important. We need to find inspiration to help us reach these goals. Also, another big one that sometimes people forget is accept the slump. Motivation ebbs and flows. So you've been making incredible progress for weeks and suddenly you just don't feel it anymore, right? Don't let slumps or setbacks discourage you or cause you to undo any progress. Like, don't start binging on donuts because you haven't eaten all day and you're really hungry, and then you just think, well, I already ate this, so I'm throwing in the towel. Even the most successful people in the world lose motivation once in a while. So remind yourself how far you've come and what you've already achieved, and stick it out. And lastly, give yourself a break. When the slump strikes, it's okay to take a break. Focus on self-care and the things that you do that bring you joy. Do something creative. Spend time with good people. Enjoy nature and fresh air. Get some exercise. Take your mind off your goal for a little while and take care of yourself. Put your focus back on your goal with your motivation refreshed and recharged. So I just wanted to share that because a lot of you guys are DMing me. I really want to do this. I'm getting blocks. I'm getting discouraged. I'm getting this and that. And oftentimes that's why when we're motivated and we want to stay that way and reach our goals, we sometimes supercharge into it without a break or looking at a different perspective, and we can definitely suffer burnout. I did that for myself today. I woke up and I started working right away and creating runes, and I was like, go back to the forest and just hang out. And I saw snakes and baby rabbits and all this great stuff, and it was where I was supposed to be. So that was just heavily on my mind with that for sure. So you guys, we are going to start with number 1. I'm going to have a sip of my water and we're going to start and see whatever messages come up for you. Okay, right away with this card, I feel like this message from you from Spirit, without even pulling another card firstly, is try to find ways to be a better partner, and it'll make you feel good, right? When you think about your significant other in comparison to, say, maybe the cashier at a grocery store, chances are you love your partner more than a stranger. Yet sometimes we're nicer to strangers than we are to our loved ones. Most people are pretty well mannered in the company of strangers, so typically we don't go around yelling at people in public when we're frustrated or calling them names, right? We don't criticize or nag them, and we usually don't assume the worst of them. And this reaction card is all about that. And this can be being, a better sister, a better mother, a better whatever, being more tuned in and slowing down. So how I feel like you're able to be able to do this is, we love our significant family members and others. It's time to show it, especially when times are tough or tense. And, there are ways to do this. So I'm going to pull another card for you. Yeah, expectations. Have expectations of yourself and how you're going to respond. And also, calm the expectations of the other person. Nobody is perfect, so we have to be forgiving. Sometimes when we treat somebody like a stranger, not a total stranger, but like I was just saying, we treat people we don't know better than our partners and family members sometimes. So don't forget common courtesies at home. Don't be rude or curt. Be polite. Use your manners. Make a daily habit of treating each other with kindness and respect, even in little ways. If somebody is carrying a bunch of grocery bags and your arms are empty, open that door and grab one for them. Be helpful. It creates a lovely, really, I'm serious, it creates a lovely heartfelt response, because I know I appreciate that and cherish that. Like if I'm getting out of my car and one of the kids is in the yard and they see I'm carrying something and they don't want to see me struggle and they come help me, like begets like, and then you want to be courteous and helpful as well. And this expectation too is saying don't make assumptions. Unless you've got a super psychic gift, you probably can't read your partner's mind or a family member or a friend's mind. So sure, we know their tendencies and habits, but that doesn't mean we always know what they're thinking or feeling. We need to give loved ones the room to grow and change. Instead of assuming, ask, and you're going to learn something that might surprise you, right? They might be going through something really emotionally rocky, and we just think they're sailing on, sailing in calm seas, yet inside there's turmoil, all of these things. Also, this is saying too, we need to watch what we say. Sometimes it seems easier to apologize for using harsh words than it is to stop yourself from saying them anyway. Each mean name or insult chips away at the foundation of relationships. I remember, curt and mean things that were said said, in friendships and relationships. They stay with you, right? If you're fighting, it's okay to feel what you're feeling, anger, frustration, and sadness, but the feeling doesn't justify a hurtful action. So try to take a pause and create some space before arguments get and can turn nasty. I just feel like that's a really strong message, because I feel like some of you guys, in your family, you're starting to feel sometimes maybe a little cagey. And we have to remember, we're with these people for a reason. We love them. People are friends in our family, and we need to cherish them. Now you have Benedicta, which is every day is a new opportunity to be a more daring version of yourself. So this is a fun thing, saying, go and try new things. Go and maybe develop some emotional resilience and bounce back, so that way if things don't always go our way, we're okay. Now part of this is tuning into yourself, okay? Emotional resilience requires self-awareness, an understanding of our beliefs, our perceptions, our feelings, our behaviors, and these things can affect how we feel and act in stressful situations. So if we're aware of how we'll respond, it's easier to try to adjust our behaviors, right? Self-awareness can also help us see below the surface and recognize unresolved issues and chronic problems that continue to cause stress in our life. So this way, when we know that, when we see new opportunities, we have resilience, we can bounce back. Also, something that's good for this is just banish negative thoughts. Is there a self-talk script that you go to when things are bad? Negative things you tell yourself in times of stress or crisis? Stop beating yourself up and practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself in these difficult times, and remind yourself that you're strong and you're capable, and you're going to be able to try new things and stretch and have new responses, right? Not fear, because oftentimes that's what happens when we go down a new avenue, and we're caused to stretch ourselves. We don't know how others are going to react to this bolder, more vivid version of ourselves, right? But we have to release fear and negative self-talk and saying, I deserve this. I deserve to expand and have new perspectives and new perceptions of myself, bigger, grander, brighter, really participating in the arena of life, right? Group one, yeah, I just feel like, you're going to be able to stay calm in the face of difficult or negative events too, and keep your sails steady and weather any storm, Emotionally resilient people don't let crisis ruin them or unravel them. They can see the darkness is just temporary, and they have the strength to push through it, and that's what you're going to be able to do. And that's a big message from Spirit, that don't let anything damper your spirit, because you're just gonna you're gonna sail right through it, and then you're like, on to bigger, better things. I've got this. So that's gonna be something you're just gonna eradicate. Like, I am not gonna live in turmoil or fear for any reason. I am ready to go out and be more daring. Maybe fun haircuts, new tattoos, something really fun that spices it up. Group one. Okay, sip of water. Oh my goodness, my throat was getting dry. So that is you guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you need a private read, or you want to come over on my Instagram and get in on the contest, this one is, I'm going to develop a bracelet, earring, and necklace set out of any stones that you want. And I'm going to work with you. We're going to find out the size and things you want. And I'll probably, if you subscribe over here and then you follow me on Instagram, you're automatically entered to all my contests, free reads, and everything else. So remember, you guys, our reaction is like, we want it to be more of a response, a calm, cool, collected response. So beautiful. Now we're on to magnetism. So right away, I feel like you're going to develop this new kind of power that you've always known you had, but you're now comfortable with it. Your magnetism towards other people is going to be a lot stronger. People are going to be attracted to you and want to be near you and interested in what you have to say, and just, kind of chatting you up, because your receptivity is out there. So again, you're tuning into yourself, you're practicing your breathing, you're banishing negative thoughts, you're really fostering good personal relationships with this too. I feel like a strong support system can be important part of our emotional resilience too. Emotional resilience helps us build good relationships, and in turn those relationships help us get through difficult times. It's a big message for all these groups of things we need to realize. And you have the perception card as well. Also, how you perceive things. Try to double perceive them. That's what I do. I look at it from whatever would come up as my automatic vantage point, and then the other person's, okay? How would I feel if I was in their shoes right now? Do they feel diminished? Do they feel scared? Do they feel heard? All of that, because we'll always think what we think from our vantage point, but let's try to flip the script and really look from the other person's, okay? So we can see, and that's a skill, and we have to practice it. And it'll really help us, see things, and it helps us, don't make assumptions right away on someone. It's like, let's consider what the other person might want, need, and feel. Well, all too often, we become absorbed in ourselves and what we're dealing with, and we forget how our mood and behaviors may affect the person around us or people around us, right? What are you doing right now, and how does it make the other person feel you're with, right? That's flipping the switch. What is going on? Take a moment to think about what the person you're dealing with might be dealing with right now, and then acknowledge them and their feelings, because this saves a lot. And I was talking in my other video about one thing that can save so many arguments and ill will and bad feelings is we just don't judge other people and we don't criticize them. Because even what starts as a little gaffe and a little jab and a little joke, if it's continued 2 or 3 times and then somebody else joins in, whether it's, a bad haircut or just a crazy outfit or whatever, you start to feel attacked, and then you feel defensive, and then that leads to an argument. You always see them on all the housewife shows. Somebody says something and it's a dig, and somebody else jumps in, and then they add on that, and then all of a sudden it's a huge conflagration. So we're talking about, also giving the other person the benefit of the doubt. It requires trust. Assume that this person loves you, cares about you, and wants you to be happy, and has your best interests at heart. Not that they're trying to sabotage you, stop you, or any of that. So say you want to go to a certain school or you want a certain vocation in life, and they're kind of opposed to that. It's not because they want to see you fail. Maybe it's because they want what's successful for you. It doesn't mean that you listen to everybody else and you go with what they want you to do in your life. It's your choice. But we don't get angry at other people for trying to voice an opinion that they think is helpful, right? We have a different perception of this, a more understanding perception. They're not a saboteur. They're someone who just wants what's good for us. Now we have Ella Fairy, which says, make a wish, take a chance, and make a change. Absolutely, you guys. This is your time. For a lot of you guys, I feel like this is about getting rid of guilt for you too, right? I feel like instead of suffering with guilt, it's time to get rid of it. The first step is to identify it. What is the root cause of any guilty feelings? Sometimes it's an emotional influence at play. It can be helpful to express your thoughts on paper and explore what's really going on in your mind. Is the guilt a cover for hurt, anger, or regret, or is the guilt justified or misplaced? Because once we identify it, we can determine if we really had done something or said something or spread gossip or did something like that. And because this really is a change that I feel is necessary for a lot of you guys in group 2. You're covered in guilt of shoulda, woulda, couldas, right? And also, not all type of guilt are overcome with an apology. There's the guilt you feel because you work too late and make it to your kid's soccer game, or you don't have much time lately to socialize with your friends. You may be letting someone down, but consider your intentions and stop being so hard on yourself as well. Instead of focusing on what you haven't done or what you should do, think about all the things you do for your family and friends and write it down. And then when those guilty feelings resurface, take a look at your list and remind yourself you're doing the best you can. There are only so many hours in the day, and you can only be so many places as one person, right? So make a wish. How do you want to spend your time and alleviate that stress of feeling like you're not being enough for everybody around you, and say, I am enough and I am trying my best, and I simply can't be at every single sporting event, every social thing, be cooking, cleaning, all of those things all at once. We put a big onus on ourselves to do so much. This is time for you to release some of that. Make a wish to make a change of not being so uber productive and go, and to let yourself rest easy and sit in a lawn chair and go to the beach and rest and relax and stop with the guilt of the shoulda, woulda, couldas. And also naming that real feeling when you're irritated by something. Stop and ask yourself, what am I really upset about? Okay, that's huge, right? We are easily distracted by our immediate feelings, and we don't always realize there is an underlying cause. So are you annoyed, or are you scared? Are you insecure? Are you stressed? If you find yourself easily irritated, there might be something else that's bothering you beneath the surface. So let's identify that. I know when I first wake up, if I go have a nap or something, and I wake up and I have work to do, and that's on my agenda, and I really want to do it in this time slot, and I am just pulled in a lot of directions. People want my attention for this, that, and or they're in my workspace or something is there, and I start getting agitated. I have to identify, why is this? Why is it so important for me to begin this work process right this second? Can I take a moment and listen to the family member and ease into this? There's no rush. So really we want to look at the big picture, right? Will this thing matter in 5 minutes? It's bothering us in 5 days, 5 years. If not, it's not worth letting it rattle us, okay? So we got to take it easy. We've just got to slow down and practice compassion for ourselves and everybody around us, right? You know, we want to set good positive intentions into the area we're going and we'll be working and we'll be participating in socially, and be calm. And that's going to help you a lot, because you're going to realize, you know, it is about our perception. People aren't out to get us, bother us, steal our time, attention, or resources. They simply are thinking about themselves, as often we are, right? So that was definitely your message, group 2. And yeah, you're going to be doing it beautifully. And part of the reason that's coming up so strongly is people are going to be around you, spend time with you. And if you're not used to it, we have to realize it's just because they love you and they want to be next to you, not because they want to steal your time and resources, right? So that's you, group 2. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you guys need a private read, come see me on Instagram and get in on the contest where you can win the new jewelry set that I'm going to design for you, whatever stones you want and how you want it arranged. I do all kinds of daily posted memes and fun stuff over there, you guys. And we have weekly giveaways, and it's a really great tribe. So come over there, and if you need a private read or anything else, all my links are down below. So love and light to you guys. And I'm gonna have a sip of water, and we're gonna go on to number 3, which is time. Now this one, time, I personally have to stop racing against it and remind myself that time is cyclical. Everything's all right. There'll be plenty of time to do whatever. As soon as I start to think that there is a lack of time, or I start to hurry, time disappears. I feel stressed, and it's like a reactive furnace. So instead, I say I have all the time in the world. I just don't hurry anymore. When I wake up, I say this is the time you're going to ease yourself into the day. You're going to spend a whole hour listening to people you love, that inspire you, read, have coffee, and ease into the day. There is no need to waste time. You see people everywhere dropping their suitcases and briefcases, open stuff dumps out, they spill coffee, they drop their keys. What are they chasing so quickly that is more important than their peace of mind, right? To you lately, nothing. You know, that's what you want, your peace of mind. You have Demazella and the Kitty Twins. Fire up your power to make things happen. So this is big motivation for you in manifesting. First, what do you want? With pen and paper, write out the list as specific as you can manage about what you want, okay? Consider obvious details, whatever it is. You know, it can be whether it's a person, love. After you document it, the most important characteristics is, you know, be sure to include everything. If it's a person, personality, characteristics, physical, emotional, health, all of that. If it's a job, what would your office look like, your home space, your creative space, all of that. Step 2. Now, again, this is important, self-reflection. Now that we have it all written down and what we want, be honest with yourself. Go back over the list and circle all the traits and things that you wish to see in this job, partner, future. And ask yourself if you practice this and yourself, if it's a person, right? Honesty, loyalty, all of that. Work, do you want other people that are hardworking and loyal? Are you that yourself, right? With manifesting, energy is real and crucial to our success in this. So if we're attracting things that don't satisfy it, it shows that in time, you know, we are going to come up with our energetic match by identifying it, by saying what truly we desire, and very descriptively, right? So the more we embrace this practice and take action towards becoming an energetic match to the things that we want, we're going to be able to use the law of attraction and bring it to ourselves, right? Now, another step to this is we need to finalize it, make a final edit, you know, use paper and writing instruments that you find aesthetically pleasing. Like I have this thin gold pen right here, and I always keep it by me, and I love it because I just find it beautiful. And I always have a big thick piece of white crisp paper, and I just start writing. When I get something in my head, this is what I want. And I always have a clear space. I don't have it cluttered where I can see bills and, you know, anything, dirty laundry, anything. And it's a beautiful area that I create, right? Okay, now we look back at our original edit and we write a finalized version of all the things that we want to work on and have, and label the page I am, and write all of these traits that will improve your life and embrace them. I am solid, I am reliable, I am trustworthy, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am resilient, I am happy, all of that. I am creative, I am, you know, calm, I am centered, all of those things. That helps me so much. It finalizes things in our head and it brings it into our reality. When we see it written down, it really does exponentially make that grow. Okay, so keep reading these documents that you write to yourself out loud. On the bottom of any of the pages, right? And so it is. Read it all the time. Check in with yourself. You know, all of these things, you're going to be helpful and healing to yourself. You know, you're going to have a new perception of yourself by writing that down. Yes, I am honest. That's what I'm attracting. Yes, I am hardworking. That's somebody I'm attracting, or other people, coworkers, I'm doing, whatever it is. Now, your other card is motion. You are getting these things in motion, right? What do you want? You're going to have a little bit of self-reflection. All of that. You are going to finalize this thing. Now, I feel like you're going to be inspired to go all out and do something spontaneous and fun. Like Leo season always calls for that. Busy days, fun days are ahead of you. And I feel like you're going to plan your time really good. Some challenges will arise, and whatever, but you're going to be able to just step up and handle all these things with ease. You're going to be able to practice restraint when you're dealing with money matters, all of that. I feel like the sun is going to be looking on you with a certain kind of warmth and brightness, and you're going to feel it. There's a good reason that the world is looking this way to you. It's like you're a new representation of health and light and motivation to yourself, because you realize that your voice, your inner voice, how it speaks to you definitely sets the tone for the day. So when you wake up, you're going to say, I'm going to ease into this day. Toddlers or no, whatever is running around your house or whoever, that we can deal with anything. If we are in a calm frame of mind and we are balanced, nothing seems too busy. Like I remember when I had 2 young toddlers, it was one of those things where you just love to have like time alone. That can always be sought out from neighbors and friends and helpers, all of that. But it's like one of those things that we have to take small steps and cherish the hell out of all of that. Like today I went to the nature center and I saw a mom bunny with a tiny baby bunny. I saw a black and yellow snake. I saw, of course, all the gorgeous birds. I saw like a mid-size groundhog, which is really funny because it looked like teenager size, and all of these things, because I said I'm going to look with utter awareness at everything that's around me and cherish it and love it, because I only get to be in this time and space once. Beautiful 90-degree day, like right in the middle of the nature center. And I said, pay attention to everything, slow time down. Because when we slow time down by present awareness, we savor everything. All 5 senses are charged up. So how you set yourself in motion is going to be important, and you're going to do it beautifully. And you're going to enjoy it and savor it and experience in a new way, because you're pulling yourself to that present moment awareness. You don't care what just happened. You don't care what's about to happen. You care what's happening now. And that's how we live our richest, most in-depth experiences, right? When I turn everything off and I really listen to someone who's talking to me, I remember exactly what they say, how they say it, their facial expression, their body, their posture, and everything. But somebody can talk to me for 10 minutes, and if I'm not present, I won't remember one thing about it, not even what they were wearing. And that's, one of those things. We all know how that works. We've read a whole chapter of a book where we don't even remember a sentence of it, right? Because we're not present while we're doing it. This is about setting presence into motion, getting in touch with what you want and the messages that are coming your way. In the midst of any kind of cuckoo Zulu dawn and people being nuts, you remain centered and calm because you're present. And it's really great to be solution orientated when you're like that too, because answers come very quickly. So you're going to be able to have a lot of conflict resolution too, right? And really explore the delicious side of life. It's your time for all of that. So remember, write it. So that is you guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below if you guys want a private read. And you subscribe to my channel, you go over to my Instagram, you are entered in all my contests, all my jewelry giveaways, all my free reads, everything, goddess giveaway, all of the things, you are automatically in that. And I do a fun thing where I just pull 2 cards that have letters, and then the first person I come upon in that scroll, say your moniker is Georgia Peach and it's GE, and you come across that first, you are the winner. Okay, it's a lot of fun. And if you need a private read or anything else, just go and you know what I'd love for you to do? Please comment down below if you're going through any of this, you feel this potential or something you really want to do, and you're motivating yourself to do it. It makes you feel good, and you're happy when you wake up and you feel like you now have a direction, and you're trying to navigate your time wisely versus rest versus diet versus everything, but you feel more centered and you feel more calm, because that's the most important thing, right? Grounded, chill, and ready to kill. Ready? You guys, you've got this. So love and light to you. I'm going to go upload for y'all.